Hello, today we're going to talk about the order of execution in your SQL, in your MySQL Workbench when you run a query. What is the order that of the execution of your various statements and clauses? So, the keywords you're familiar with are select, from, where, group by, and there's other ones you aren't super familiar with yet, but you will get to know, like having, order by, and limit. And as an FYI, the order I just showed you, this is how you would always write these. So if you had all of these present, they would have to be ordered in the way I've just shown you. No space here, I just did that for kicks. But it would always be select, from, where, group by, having, order by, limit. Okay, now the order of operation is extremely important because it has implications to how you will design queries, okay? You have to understand the order of operation, or the order of execution. So, first, your from is always the first thing to resolve, okay? That actually does make sense. This is intuitive if you think about it, because the from is like, it's the first step of getting the data. You can't filter the data, and you can't ask the data for certain fields or columns or group the data if you don't have it. So the from is intuitively, if you think about it, the first thing that would happen. You have to get the data. So that's why, so in a normal, you might say select star from language. What's a field in language we can filter? Name is like Rick, something like that. Okay, so first we get the language table, we get the data there, then we filter it, and then we can select things from it. So this is first, and then as you probably caught on, filtering is second. So first we get the data, then we filter it, and then select is kind of funky because it does happen after all this, so we could say third, but you don't have to have you don't have to select certain things. Think about the select as the visual representation of what's happened. So let me put it this way. You can group things and filter things without selecting them. Okay? So the select does happen after these, so I'm going to put third as well here. So first you get the data from the table, then you filter it, and then it's grouped. And whether, we'll just call these simultaneously occurring. Then having occurs, and having is a filter, okay? Filter after grouping, okay? So sometimes you want to filter things before you've grouped them, and sometimes you want to filter things after you've grouped them, which is why we have the having after the group by, fourth. And then fifth, we order things, and then sixth, we limit things, okay? This is the order of execution. As we run queries together, as we learn SQL together, you'll get really comfortable with this. But for now, you'll probably want to memorize. At the very least, you will always need to know these. Always. And these, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, the order of these has implications on how we create queries. And as we get pretty deep into the semester, you might encounter problems where this is directly going to affect whether or not you'll be able to get the right answer, is whether you understand the order of execution.